A fierce gale howls across the desolate shoreline, marking a formidable clash with nature. Brody stands firm against violent gusts, facing 30-knot winds in a massive storm. This is not retreat, but strategic adaptation as he seeks shelter to weather the impending deluge. Seeking refuge from the worsening weather, Brody quickly assesses the dilapidated structure of an abandoned wooden boatshed. Recognizing its potential as a secure base camp, he swiftly gathers driftwood to seal the gaps as the torrential rain begins to pour, ensuring his campfire remains protected from the relentless downpour. Transforming a perfectly flat piece of driftwood into an ideal wilderness cutting board, Brody demonstrates his pristine catch. Holding a remarkably fresh and thick slab of amberjack, he expertly slices the odorless sweet flesh with a sharp knife. This simple beachcombing find is elevated into a professional culinary setup, showcasing the natural bounty discovered along the shore. The careful preparation highlights the quality of the fish, turning a casual discovery into a refined dining experience amidst the wild surroundings. A simple sprinkle of sesame seeds completes the raw delicacy. Dipping the freshly sliced amberjack into soy sauce, Brody savors the exquisite texture and rich flavor, proving that simple ingredients yield extraordinary culinary rewards when handled with respect. Revealing a brand new portable cooking grill from a mysterious silver foil package, Brody tests the limits of his unconventional gear. Igniting the charcoal edges with uncertain expectations, he watches as the flames suddenly surge to life, validating his improvisation and turning a questionable purchase into a highly effective wilderness cooking apparatus. Along those clips from the fishing trip we did yesterday, it was insane, dude. Like, look, we called him Al, and for God's sake, a mile, and on the very first lure that hit the water, so that... Oh, bad. This is hectic. Surfacing from a treacherous memory of yesterday's nautical nightmare, the narrative shifts to the heart of a psychotic storm front. Draped in violent swells, the crew, led by an experienced local captain, desperately attempts to drop anchor in a perilous 180-meter depth, with Brody reflecting on this drenched and harrowing ordeal as one of the most intense missions of his career. The faint silhouette of Java confirms their successful escape from the storm. Brody sheds his raincoat, readies a massive 250-gram jig, and casts the heavy lure into the deep blue abyss, beginning a high-stakes fishing expedition in newly conquered territory. Occurring before the lure even reaches the bottom, an unbelievable strike instantly hooks a colossal marlin, sending the massive silver beast leaping wildly across the chaotic surface. The captain relieves his exhausted arms as Brody takes command of the heavily bent rod, bracing for a grueling physical battle against an oceanic titan. I bet. What is going under the prop? Hey, look at Aguar.
Hey, careful! Get the tail, Oh,
Oh, what a mad... You got him. Do. The estimated 50-kilogram marlin escapes back into the deep, a heartbreaking snap of the line ruining the very first cast of the day. Analyzing this tragic loss with a complex expression, Brody quickly recomposes himself and drops the jig once more into the vast, unforgiving sea. He successfully hauls a smaller silver catch-a-bard, providing a much-needed consolation prize for the day's expedition and ending the video in triumphant celebratory cheers. Dragged over the gunnels after a relentless struggle, a magnificent golden amberjack dominates the small boat, hoisting the heavy prize to showcase its striking lateral lines. Brody celebrates as the yellow plastic crates overflow with a bountiful harvest of amberjacks and jobfish, culminating in a triumphant and fully loaded conclusion to the offshore battle. Right. Oh, welcome back to the kitchen. It has been raining the whole time you guys have been gone. It is literally, we are so lucky that we found this little boat shed this so. This is why we'll be cooking up today, these bloody things, and they're gonna taste good, man. These little fish skewers are gonna go onto this. Down 'em, little, let's get stuck into this. Woo! Listen to that. Sizu. Oh man, this is what it's all about. Fresh as fish flashing across the smartphone screen, a staggering flight price shatters any immediate hopes of returning home, revealing the exorbitant cost of nearly 8,000 Australian dollars just to secure a single ticket back to Perth. Brody highlights a figure that is not merely a high price, but a stark illustration of the harsh economic realities of being stranded overseas. Defining his outdoor philosophy, a profound preference for solitary wilderness camping takes center stage when confronted with an incisive question. Regarding severe overfishing and horrific water pollution, Brody delivers a bleak assessment, frankly pointing out the complete lack of environmental protection efforts currently visible across the island of Bali. Recounting a recent fishing trip, Brody describes 15 boats crammed into a football field-sized area using destructive methods. Visibly shaken by this blatant disregard for marine life, he firmly resolves to never again fish with such companions who perpetuate environmental damage. Deep-rooted traditions make change an uphill battle driven by passion. Brody longs to traverse the globe, filming survival tales. For him, true freedom means living and creating in every corner of the world once global restrictions finally live entirely. Radiating from his current lifestyle, a profound sense of fulfillment redefines his personal metrics of achievement. Success for him is not measured by traditional wealth, but by the pure joy of monetizing his passion for outdoor content creation. He operates as a true one-man army, whose entire visual empire is built solely on a couple of GoPro cameras and edited within Premiere Pro. Marking a monumental milestone of 400,000 subscribers, Brody expresses sheer disbelief at the achievement. Confirming that YouTube now exclusively occupies his professional life, he raises a massive coconut in a toast, celebrating this extraordinary transition from grueling physical labor and becoming a globally recognized content pioneer. Fueling his relentless ambition, a visionary outlook for the upcoming year drives his continuous evolution. Convinced that absolutely anything is achievable, Brody announces the imminent launch of his highly anticipated clothing line. Before shifting to a warmer tone to introduce Mucky, his beautiful girlfriend and constant companion, to the newer segments of his audience. A serendipitous meeting in a bar years ago sparked an instant and profound romance. Brody fondly recalls how quickly he bonded with Mucky, a captivating Czech woman, over their shared love for exploration. He proudly admits to owning no television for a decade, preferring the tangible real world over digital media consumption. Underscoring his commitment to active living, a fierce rejection of sedentary screen time defines his daily routine. Laughing off the inevitable hardships of wilderness filming, including moments of near starvation, Brody views them as thrilling badges of honor while pointing to the ink on his arms to emphasize that every single tattoo holds a deep personal significance tied to his life's journey. Shaping his resilient mindset, a formative period living in Scarborough during his early 20s laid the groundwork for his current ethos. Addressing concerns about hiding failures, Brody firmly states his commitment to radical transparency, asserting that the value lies not in the superficial metric of merely landing a fish, but in the intrinsic thrill of the adventure itself. About the adventure. Next question. Do you ever run into any kind of trouble romping around these sick islands? Not really. Like the people, the Indonesian people are so beautiful. How long that was when we were in an island, and we did a trip across the island for the day, and it was like we left that side at sunset. We were coming back through the center of the island, and we got a flat tire on the bike. It would have been about, "Oh boys, can you guys help?" Down US with this flat tire. They were extremely maggot, like they were proper drunk. Because my girlfriend that were just acting super sketchy around my girlfriend, like I was like, "Yo, stand on that side of the bike." I was trying to like, and they were like, "You're coming," just being very, very weird. So we ended up just driving off with a flat tire and like, got out of there. That's the changing his life's trajectory. A pivotal realization about the commercial viability of digital media shifted his perspective entirely. Crediting Mucky's successful photography career for opening his eyes to the lucrative potential of YouTube, Brody explains that he was driven to enter the arena by the sight of others generating absurd income from their passions, approaching the platform with a calculated strategy. Before uploading his very first video, Brody spent a full year in meticulous preparation to ensure he would not rush in blindly. He dedicated 12 long months to saving capital and deeply analyzing the platform's complex algorithmic mechanics. Later, he shifts focus to practical gear, proudly displaying 2 essential blades to prove that reliable functional tools form the true backbone of any wilderness survivalist. The heavy machete and the slender folding knife represent his commitment to quality and readiness in the wild. Pivoting from a candid clarification about his relationship status, The conversation quickly turns to a serious environmental indictment. Confirming he is happily taken, Brody forcefully condemns the ubiquitous and disgusting trash problem plaguing the local coastlines, before reiterating his genuine, unfiltered passion for the entire filmmaking process, claiming it brings him as much joy as the actual catch and feast. Serving as his ultimate shield against adversity, a consciously cultivated positive mindset anchors his spirit. Expressing deep gratitude for his current reality, Brody traces his rugged outdoor roots back to a sprawling 7-acre farm where he spent his formative childhood years, from age 2 to 18. Before wincing at the stiffness in his knees and transitioning to the final batch of questions regarding his self-taught, survival expertise and any recommended reading materials. What is the next king? What's your advice to someone sitting in home in quarantine right now? Like if I was stuck in quarantine right now this very second, with nothing to do, I would use that time to my advantage and I would be researching. Just use that time to one this crop, all right. That kind of, oh my God, my knees are stiff. And getting old, boys. That kind of sums up pretty much all the questions. There's a couple more, but this is probably really dragging on, so I think I got to the most important ones. And the last question is, what do you like most about YouTube? Look, getting paid to do what I love, number one. What they mean by thank you so much for the support. It touches me like you wouldn't believe. So thank you guys for the support. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the questions, should I say. And look, I'll see you in the next video. And 2021. Let's make this one a banger. Much love, and I will see you in the next video.